And I know that she's doing stories while the DM is there and it's marinating. I'm confiscating, I'm snatching them likes back. What?
Yeah, Minoxidil. Yeah, a lot of people use that. Like I said, there was a YouTube trend where people would use Minoxidil and derma rollers to speed up their beard growth, but obviously we know Minoxidil is only meant to be used for topical. But like you said, once you stop.
Yeah. So like Minoxidil, there's been a lot of I've seen a lot of those like YouTube kind of journeys with Minoxidil.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pros, but there's a few cons as well. So one of the key cons is that once you stop using it, you get the shedding. So it's like it's not a long-term solution, but there are some new ingredients that are coming out onto the market that are being tested and going through safety trials and all the rest of it that we're looking into. That are there's one in particular that I won't give the name away, but that is actually stronger, twice as strong as Minoxidil in terms of effectiveness, but without any of the downside.
Oh, for real?
So that's something that we're looking at the moment, and we're actually developing a new beard serum that will do that. I'm just deciding whether it's something that I'm going to focus just on the beard, or like you said, hair and beard, and in the full like hair loss type thing. And obviously like combine it with our black seed oil and our mango butter and our current formulations that we've got. Like I'm very focused on not just having a product that is effective and works, but also is like premium. Smells good and it's premium and you enjoy using as well.
So just to bring it back a bit as well, now the process of getting it into Sainsbury's, because a lot of people who have products, I guess their dream is to get it into the high street retailers. Can you just briefly explain to us the process? So whether it was an email you sent first, when you had to go into the panel meeting, I'm assuming you had to sort of do some kind of a presentation. Just kind of briefly, and maybe under like 5, just explain the process of the beginning stage of getting it into Sainsbury's, what you had to do, whether you had to find an email somewhere, how did you get the response, then actually going into Sainsbury's, and then it actually going onto the website, and also maybe explaining, don't tell us the exact splits, but kind of give us an example of roughly, because obviously Sainsbury's got to make their money, which means that if you're selling something for £6, you're not going to get the full £6. Kind of thing.
So Sainsbury's is the most recent retailer that we've had, and the largest retailer that we've at the moment. But again, it's not like do this and you'll be in Sainsbury's. You know what I mean? It's more of like this has been a long journey, like, and each step allows you to get to the next step, if that makes sense. So with Sainsbury's, for example, I would say that it kind of began with the lockdowns. So when we went into the lockdowns, our website sales went up because a lot more people was at home. There was more people seeing our adverts. More people became aware of us. So our website sales went up, so our recognition went up. Our features we featured in, I think it was the Independent newspaper, and we featured in GQ as well. So these kind of features help your recognition. So when we went into the lockdown, and I think the first one we got stocked in was ASOS. First largest one we got stocked in was ASOS. So when a lot of these buyers see these features that you've been featured here, you've been featured there, and they see that the brand's been around for a little while and you've got that credibility, then they'll either reach out to you or they might respond, because you've got to remember they get so many emails, they get so many people reaching out to them. So in order for them to kind of filter through, they want to kind of see they want to see a bit of the journey of the brand and who you are and what the ethos is of the brand. So it's not one step, it's not one magic pill that will do it. It's more, you have to have a more holistic approach and say, like, you want to build your credibility, build a strong brand that people can buy into, have a strong brand mission that people can affiliate with the mission, that they understand the goal that you're trying to do as well, and come along on that journey. And then and then it's just networking, reaching out to like sending emails. Okay,
so obviously you realised you want to. So I'm assuming you realised you want to be in Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
So you've then basically sent an email over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've then it's.
But I think before that was ASOS. So once you're stocked in, once ASOS kind of became aware of us, ASOS done their research on who we are and sort of features, and we got stocked in ASOS. ASOS are the largest UK online company at the moment.
Oh, for
so
real?
that helped, obviously that helps to then transition into a Sainsbury's, because when you're now having a conversation with Sainsbury's, and it's like, okay, we're stocked in ASOS, sales are going well in ASOS, we're stocked here, we're doing this, that, and the other. That helps you to then
reach out to the
others.
So by the sounds of it,
very
the first step
difficult to go
basically
straight to Sainsbury's.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like the first step is probably ASOS. So I'm just trying to get like a little step by step, so people are listening who want to try and get either clothing or anything to these shops. Yeah. You would say first step is approach ASOS, maybe.
I would say no. I would say that the first step is focus on your brand.
Brand awareness.
Like, brand ethos. Like, what is the story behind your brand? Like, what are people actually connecting to with your brand? So
very important. I like the fact you've mentioned a story.
Yeah. So for us, it's like we are on a mission to champion black men. We want to create products that are made especially for Afro hair, for black men. So I would say that is more important, because without that first step, if you skip that first step, you're not going to be able to do the other steps. Do you know what I mean? So I would say to start there. Like, there are so many. You can have a clothing brand, you can have a makeup brand, you can have whatever brand it is, but you need to have something that people are able to identify with your brand. You know what I mean? That people are able to say, I like this brand because they stand for this, or I like this brand because the journey.
What happened with the name shift? Because you said originally was Share and Shine.
Yeah. So with the name shift, so with Share and Shine, so we launched under Share and Shine.
Yeah.
We done got our name out there and done some sales. And then when our first investors came on board, that was when we got some money.
Yeah.
And we was able to say, okay, let's look at all of the metrics. Let's look at the packaging, product itself, how can we improve it? And so we found new manufacturers that was able to put the exact ingredients that we wanted, like literally like write down a list of what I wanted to go into the product and make it more catered.
Yeah.
And so we felt that, do you know what? This is no longer the same brand. This is no longer the same company. It's completely new packaging, new website, new product, new everything. So we didn't want to have the same name. We wanted to improve the name.
Basically a rebrand.
Yeah, essentially. And then we went through so many different names. That whole process took about 3 months to get the new name, and then eventually we just went with my name.
So basically, you drove on the thing, basically.
Not even.
No, you did.
I really did, because I'm.
By Lena.
You did. You did.
We do by Aaron.
You did.
We do by Aaron Wallace.
It made sense. But I mean, I'm not a Kanye West type character, if that makes sense. I'm not a very
what do you mean
out
by
there,
that?
like, I'm not a very extroverted person. I'm I wouldn't say I'm introverted either, to be fair, but I'm quite chill. If that
The word is
So I was originally opposed to having my name as the brand, but we went through so many different names, and we found that whenever we would find a name that we really like, that we'd all get attached to. Once you do the patent searches and the trademark searches and then the global searches, it's taken. And then you'd have to go back to the drawing board again to get everyone to agree on another name, and then do the whole process again. It was just getting long, and it was just stopping us from progressing to the next step. And really, the name is not what's important. It's about what the actual brand is and what you're actually trying to do.
You say that, but I feel like in your explanation, and even what you say is your focus and being laser focused, I feel like it fits perfectly for that reason, because it's like, okay, this is the brand, this is what it does, and that's the focus. And you as a person being focused and having that, do you see what I mean? So
no,
like
I mean, I would say that I benchmark myself more on like Tom Ford type of characteristics, in that everyone knows who Tom Ford is, but it's not like, you're not going to see Tom Ford in all of the branding, in all of the marketing, in all of like every single touch point. Most people don't even know what Tom Ford looks like. They just know that he's a person. And that's kind of, the brand Aaron Wallace is not about me, Aaron. It's about just black men, do you know what I mean? And products for black men.
You know, there's a study about branding where a lot of brands that tend to do well, the name sounds like two first names. There's apparently a study on it where like your first and second name sound like two first names, so it flows a lot easier. So people buy into things that they could say a lot easier. That's why
I can see
that's why the name of a brand is very important.
So what's the plan now? So obviously you're in Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
You're in ASOS.
Yeah.
You're obviously in other place stocked in barbershops. Now the question now is what is progression for you? So now you're in Sainsbury's. Now just to mention the things before you move on. What was did you have to go to some kind of a panel meeting? Just so people understand
Sainsbury's,
that. You said brand awareness was number one.
Yeah.
You said definitely get a brand, get a story. People need to buy into the story and be able to attach to it. That's the first one, brand awareness. Second thing you said, this is not fact by the way, it's just what we're going through. Second is maybe try and get into ASOS, because that would then build more brand awareness and let these other retailers know that you're on the map. Okay, so therefore it's like, okay, this guy's approaching us. Where are you, Mr. Aaron Wallace? Oh, just by the way, we've had a GQ mention. We're also in ASOS, and it's you're gonna have to show metrics to show that this is what we're selling. Okay, now you're in Sainsbury's, not in product wise, but you're now in the building. Okay, you've now got the email. You're surprised they've replied. You're like, oh my god, is this real? And I'm used to getting rejected by women. Is this whoa, sir.
Wow.
You know them ones where you got to confiscate the likes. You know, you send a woman a DM and she doesn't reply to your DMs. You got to confiscate the likes.
I'm regular now.
You got to confiscate the likes.
Sorry, carry on. Just you need to.
Oh no, you confiscate the likes. You unlike.
If I send a woman a DM, and let's say, and wait for it.
So we're going there.
Wait, and I know, and I know that she's doing stories while the DM is there and it's marinating. I'm confiscating, I'm snatching them likes back. What?
So you unlike them?
It's unliked. I actually wish Instagram had notifications to say it's been unliked. Am I a mugu? So wait, I've liked 6 of your pictures.
That would be
to show you that I'm interested. You've seen the likes. I then sent you DM. I then sent you DM. You're now doing stories, ignoring me, and I'm gonna.
No, you know what's
Django,
mad,
do not hop on the horse. But
you
this
know
abuse.
what's mad, yeah?
Impossible.
Like you see, especially how you said sending DMs. You have to be so crafty. If the girl's got so much followers to get in, I'll tell you what. One time how I broke into a DM. Yeah.
He said broke in.
I broke in.
Some burglary.
I broke in. I burgled my way in. You know.
Cat burglar.
You know. What's his name? Dexter, the cartoon.
Yeah.
You know Dexter's mum.
Yeah.
There was a clip of Dexter's mum walking here.
Yeah.
And the meme said, like, women looking like Dexter's mum and me talking to myself in their DMs. So I sent it to this girl's DM, and she's got like loads of following. Yeah. She stared. Opened the DM, laughing. Followed me back. I was like.
to be
Phase
fair,
1. I was like, I broke you with the same thing.
I feel like you.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So if you take back the likes.
Yes.
If you're.
Not if, I do it all the time. So go on.
Okay.
When you take back the likes.
The game was petty, you know.
Do you take back the gifts?
As in, what do you mean? As in.
Like if you break up from a relationship, do you take back the gifts?
We can get to that. I'm going to answer that. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
Well, let's not finish your. Let's not ruin your story yet.
Okay. Cool,
so you've gone to Sainsbury's. Okay, you sent the email.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the email. Obviously, rejection builds
genius,
character.
you know?
Yeah.
But so you've been getting rejected here and there because not the first email you've sent.
We've had loads of rejection.
But you kept going, isn't it?
Yeah.
The resilience
Yeah.
said, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
keep
yeah.
going. I'm going to keep
Laser
going.
focus.
I tried to be an artist. It didn't work. I've known rejection. I'm still going. This is the beard. I've been a barber. It's worked. I'm doing the beard.
see the digs.
I'm used to this.
They're very subtle.
We're going. So now you're in Sainsbury's. Okay,
Yeah.
the reply to your email, you're now in there. So you've got to now do a pitch.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. So I want to know how long it took for you from you had your pitch to when they decided yes, and what you think the deciding factor was as to why Sainsbury's said we want Aaron Wallace on board.
I think that the deciding factor was one. I think it was primarily. It was two things. I think one of it is that they wanted to build they wanted to be more inclusive. And a lot of the retailers are looking to be more inclusive. A lot of them have now identified. It's taken them long enough, but they're now identifying. Wow, we actually don't have anything on our shelves for black men. Do you know what I mean? Some of them have started stocking their shelves for black women and have those lines.
Cantu everywhere, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But a lot of them are like, we don't actually have anything for black men. So first of all, they're looking to add more diversity to their ranges. So I think that's number one. And then 2 is positioning. So like I said, all of these things are step by step. Add to your positioning, add to your brand story. And the way that we've built the brand, the fact that we went through the whole official manufacturing process, like we don't make it at home and mix it and kind of stuff. We went through the official channels to like formulate and build and safety test and do all of these requirements. We're now retailer ready. to be able to fulfill a Sainsbury's. So that if they know if we send stock to them,
do you reckon they check those kind of things to see where you're actually making these products?
Absolutely.
To make sure it's not some home formulated thing, and to know that obviously that the products you're putting out is safe. So you're not a Mickey Mouse person who's just got this, done a bit of a bit of voodoo and juju, and now you've got something that grows the beard. So you're saying that you've actually gone somewhere in some kind of factory, in some kind of place where it's all being formulated. You actually know what your active ingredients are, what are not active ingredients. Just Google that, click. And now if Sainsbury's are saying to you, we can see your setup. It looks like it makes sense. And would you say that those are the things that twisted the cart horse, or are you going to say it's because it was a quota?
It's everything. It's everything. It's the fact that they have their objectives and we have our objectives. We've made sure that we've built our brand in a certain way that we can meet all of the requirements, all of the safety. Like we've made sure that we've addressed each hurdle before we even reach them, if that makes sense. So like we've done all of the safety testing. We've registered our products on the EU portals and all of that kind of stuff. So, and Sainsbury's absolutely check that stuff because they can't afford to have something on their shelves that's not legit. So it's both. It's the fact that we've done all of that to position ourselves. It's the fact that we've built the brand, how we've built the brand, and the following that we have to position ourselves. And then it's the fact that they're trying to diversify on their side as well.
Funny enough, how I found out about the brand at first was Use. Big Man Use, because he was like one of the first people I think he had sponsored. So like I see Use all the time, and I'm like, right, this guy's beard is just bling bling bling. Like he's put a filter in the beard. You know what I mean?
Must be nice.
We've said at the moment we are focused on the UK. We're focused on just working solely within the UK, building up our name in the UK, and building up our brand in the UK and our brand equity before we start to move anywhere else. So Saks actually approached us and we was like, okay, we're happy to fulfill Saks and have that presence out there so that, if people want it, they have a place that they can go. And we actually get a lot of our organic traffic that comes from the US without any kind of active marketing out there. But it was kind of, they knocked on our door, to be fair.
That's dope.
Yes.
That's proper. What was I going to say? You see how you mentioned earlier on about barbershops like Tony and Guy? Is there future plans of making like a by Aaron Wallace barbershop chain where your products are there?
Potentially. I think that if I go into the physical space again, it would more likely be an academy. So I think that one of the key issues that I had when I had the barbershop was finding other barbers that shared my mindset, because like I said, I was trying to add something, a bit of something different to the Afro hair barbering, and a lot of the barbers that I was recruiting were coming from the exact type of barbershops that I was trying to change.
When I've been to New York, one of my friends, he's a barber. I remember telling my barber back before, I was like, $50 haircuts. And he was like, huh? And I was like, the reason why is because he upsells with other things, so he can do fades $50, then if you wanted to dye your hair, another 20. If you wanted a face steam, slash all
and I
of
think
that.
In the US, they're more accustomed to that.
They're more accustomed to that. The only person here that I see that's got a shop similar is HD cuts.
But just to touch on that, it's because you see the process. Personally, I feel you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the process to become a barber in America is very stringent and it's a lot more official. And also, with regards to steaming, etc. When I go abroad, you tend to get a lot more for your buck anyway. But for example, when I trim in Ghana, they clean off the head, shape up, steam, massage, stamp. I don't have to ask.
The same thing in Nigeria. The last time I was in Nigeria, like you said, steam, massage. They were like, "Oh, do you want to dye your hair? Do that." Then also they were like, if you need, they had a separate section. So if you need a manicure, pedicure, they had the women there. This is all part of the treatment. So they literally upsell you. So you come into the barbershop.
No, but I hear on the upsell, but you see barbershops that I go to in Ghana, the steam massage, hot towel.
Yeah.
It's all standard.
Yeah.
Number one, it's a black-owned business. Number two, it smells good, man. It smells good. That's that. It's sweet. That is sweet, man. I feel like there's a lack of products for black male, and especially with my hair, it's really, really coarse. You know, when I try the other products, you know, it doesn't do the job the way Aaron Wallace does the job. I've not seen any product like his before. With Aaron Wallace, it gives you step by step. It gives you a structure of how to use the products. It does what it says on the tin. If I was recommending Aaron Wallace product, I would say that it's the best.